Hello students, let us discuss about enzyme specificity. In previous video, we have discussed definition of enzymes. Enzymes are biocatalysts, protein in nature and specific in their action. Now, what is enzyme specificity? Specificity is the property of enzyme to discriminate between the two reacting molecules. The enzymes are very specific in nature. There occur number of thousands of enzymes. The enzyme specificity can be divided into stereospecificity, reaction specificity, and substrate specificity. This specificity is the property of active site of enzyme. Coming to stereospecificity. What are stereoisomers? Stereoisomers are the compounds which have same molecular formula but different structural formula. So they have different orientation in the space and the enzymes are stereospecific. So they will act on one stereoisomer and not the other. Why this is so? This property is explained on the basis of 3-point attachment and steric hindrance. See, the substrate has, it is seen that substrate has 3 various groups that attach at 3 sites of this active site, 3 regions of this active site, and there occur 3-point attachment. This 3-point attachment allows attachment in only one direction and not the other. So D form of a particular compound can attach but not the L form. And the example is D-amino acid oxidase. D-amino acid oxidase. This will act only on D-amino acid and it will convert it into respective keto acid and ammonia. FAD is converted into FADH2. Now, in case of L-amino acid oxidase, this will act on L-amino acid and not D-amino acid. And it will form its respective keto acid and ammonia. Hexokinase is specific for dehexosis. That means it will act only on D sugar and not on L sugar. One class of enzyme that does not exhibit stereospecificity are isomerases, and this is because they convert one isomer to another. So it has to recognize one isomer and either convert it into other isomer. So stereospecificity is not exhibited by isomerases. Now coming to reaction specificity. This is very important property of enzymes. Enzymes carry out one particular reaction and no other. It is a very important property. Say for example, pyruvate. This pyruvate can be converted into lactate. It can be converted into alanine. It can be converted into oxaloacetate, or it can be converted into acetyl-CoA. So different enzymes are required for this different reaction. For conversion of lactate to pyruvate or pyruvate to lactate, lactate dehydrogenase is required. In case of conversion of pyruvate to acetyl-CoA, it is pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. In case of oxaloacetate, it is the carboxylase which is required, and transaminase will require to convert pyruvate to alanine. So one substrate but different reaction, and for each and every reaction there is a different enzyme. So reaction specificity of enzyme is explained. Likewise, amino acid can undergo transamination, deamination, decarboxylation, and various enzymes required are transaminases, deaminases, decarboxylases. Now coming to substrate specificity. The enzyme can act on different substrate, and different enzymes have different specificity for their substrates. So this substrate specificity can further be divided into absolute substrate specificity, then relative substrate specificity, and broad substrate specificity. So what is absolute substrate specificity? This absolute substrate specificity means the enzyme will identify or discriminate only particular substrate, only one substrate and no other substrate. There occur absolute fidelity between substrate and the enzyme. And example is glucokinase. Glucokinase will act only on D-glucose to convert it into glucose 6-phosphate. Urease is absolutely specific for substrate urea, and it will convert it into ammonia and carbon dioxide. In case of, this is absolute substrate specificity. In case of relative substrate specificity, these enzymes identify a group of similar substrate. For example, it can be relative substrate specificity is classified further as group specificity, group specific, and bond specific. So it is not absolute. Now it will act on some number of substances or some number of substrates. So in case of group specificity, this enzyme will act on some substrates which contain a specific group. For example, trypsin and chymotrypsin. Trypsin will break various protein molecules. It will break peptide linkages. It will hydrolyze or cleave peptide linkages. But which peptide linkages? It will identify the group attached to the peptide linkage, that is arginine or lysine, basic amino acid. And chymotrypsin will also cleave various protein molecules, but it will also break down the peptide linkage, but it will identify the group aromatic amino acid, that is phenylalanine tyrosine and tryptophan. So, in group specificity, it is a type of relative substrate specificity in which enzyme will identify a specific group and thereby it will act on that particular group. In case of bond specificity, the enzyme will act on number of substrates, but it will identify a particular bond. For example, glycosidases will break alpha glycosidic bond. It is specific for alpha glycosidic linkages in various carbohydrate molecules, whereas lipase will identify ester linkage in lipids. So it can act on many substrate. It will identify the ester linkage of the fat and it will break down that bond, ester linkage. In case of broad substrate specificity, some substrates are similar to each other and thereby one enzyme can act on 2 or 3 substrate which are similar in orientation or similar in their formula. The example is hexokinase. Hexokinase will convert glucose into glucose 6-phosphate, fructose into fructose 6-phosphate, and mannose into mannose 6-phosphate. So it will act on a broad group of substrate and it will identify similar substrates which has similar characteristic and relatively similar structure, and thereby it can act on this. This is called as broad substrate specificity.